In today's video, we meet Jay, who owns a commercial cleaning business and now 2 laundromats in Philadelphia. Let's see how he did it. Who are we here with today?
Jay Gelman from Laundry Zone.
Awesome. And then how many locations are there of Laundry Zone?
There are 2 locations.
Great. And then how long have you been running laundromats? How did you get into it?
Since about 2015. I'm in the commercial cleaning business, and I got a call in 2015 to clean a laundromat in Philadelphia. I took the call, we went over there, gave an estimate, and became friends with the owner, and that's how I got into the laundromat business. I had my first store built a couple years after that in Bucks County. Sold that store a few years ago, and now I have these 2 stores, Frankfort location and Hunting Park.
And then what was that transition like when you first started thinking about opening a laundromat?
Well, yeah, I pretty much didn't know anything about the laundromat business. I was a newbie and learned a lot very quickly. My friend Larry helped me out a lot, but when you build one of these big laundromats, really the only way to learn is get down and dirty and get your hands in it. So that's what I did.
Just getting into it, jumping right in?
Yep, jumped right in. Learned everything. Learned the card systems. Learned a little bit about the machines. I still don't like touching the washers and the dryers, but I can do a few of the basics. I know how to use the card system, obviously the payment system, the card readers, vending machines. So, I'm very involved in the business with the day-to-day operations and all the employees. And I also have my son, Zach, who helps me out.
Well, let's jump outside and talk about this specific location.
Okay.
So you mentioned this location is in Frankfort. How did you pick this location, and why do you think it makes a good space for a laundromat?
Demographics in this area are great. There's a lot of traffic. The shopping center, as you can see, is very busy. There are a lot of laundromats locally in this neighborhood. We are getting to where we need to be, but it's been a little bit of struggle for the first few years, getting people to change their habit. We have a great marketing team. We work with Suds Digital. They're doing a great job, and we are doing all we can to get the business, and we're almost where we need to be.
So what are some anchor tenants around here, some other businesses?
So interestingly, we have an Asian supermarket over on this side of the shopping center, which is one of the largest in the cities. That gentleman who owns that store owns 3 different similar markets. Very crowded market. We also have Planet Fitness right next door to us, which is a great tenant. And around the corner here, Chickies and Peach, which everybody in Philadelphia knows is one of the biggest sports bars in the country. Their original location is right down the street here at Frankfort and Robbins Avenue. So we have there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people in and out of this neighborhood. We are open 24 hours. One of the only businesses open 24 hours around here. Laundromats that surround us, to my knowledge, none of them are open 24 hours. So that does give us an advantage.
So what was the decision process on making it 24 hours? Was it just convenience?
It is. Having to close at a certain time is actually a little less convenient and actually a little more dangerous than actually staying open. That's the way I've always looked at it. And yeah, there are some issues with being open 24 hours, but the pluses, I think, outnumber the minuses. So you have to weigh it. There are definitely some security issues, and we have to deal with stuff from time to time, but generally it's okay.
All right, well, let's go take a tour inside. All right, so walking in here, nice open space. Walk me through how you plan for the layout here.
So the modern day large laundromats in the cities, we always have the biggest washers by the main entrance, and then we go down from there. So at the main entrance here, we actually have 100-pound washers. So this is my first endeavor with 100-pound washers of any of my stores. They're great. We charge a very reasonable price compared to what we charge for the other washers when you do it on a per pound basis. These machines on a busy day are always going. If we go down to the 80s and the 70s and all the way down to the 20s at the end.
And then how do customers pay for laundry?
And we have Laundromat system, which is the best system. And it's amazing. And actually in my first store, by I think 2019, 2020, when Laundromat came out, we switched over to Laundromat. I pulled the entire card system out of my first store, and we put the Laundromat system in, and it was heaven. And we have 3 POS machines over here. We've got 2 bill breakers, and we make sure that the customers have an easy time using our system. And generally, we don't have many issues. And anytime a customer needs help, we're there to help.
So is it using a laundry card
Yes.
as well? Okay.
Using the laundry card. It's the best system. Capture all the customers' information. When they buy a card, they give us their cell phone number, and then we can use that information to reach out to the customers, marketing campaigns. Sometimes we have specials that we send out to the customers. So it is a great system. And those guys are doing great things. They merge with Sense. Sense is who we use our POS for our wash, dry, and fold. And these guys are on top of the technology world.
And then what's the square footage here and how many washers and dryers do you guys have?
Square footage here is about 5,800 square feet, 58 on the washer side. I believe it's 56 on the dryer side. We have the large dryers over here against this wall and then the double stacks on the other wall. So there's always dryers that are available.
And then what amenities do you guys offer?
We have 10 TVs. We always make sure that they're turned on to, news and sports, whatever the customers are interested in. We've got great vending machines. For the soap, we went with the Venrite machines, which I've been using for years. For the food, I bought my own larger machine for the soda and the drinks. It seems to be working out pretty well.
Nice, and you offer customer restrooms as well?
Customer restrooms, we try to keep them clean and secure. We have the LaundryWorks card system on it, so the customers have to be doing their laundry here to be able to use the bathrooms.
So tell me about these big dryers over here.
These dryers will hold a lot of clothes, blankets, comforters. The customers that use those bigger washer machines navigate over to the bigger dryers. They get hot. And they get hot fast. One of my pet peeves is when I walk over to a dryer and I see too much time on the dryer. Gas is very expensive. The dryers are free. So if you do your laundry at the Laundry Zone and pretty much any big laundromat in Philadelphia, they offer free dry. Customers a lot of times don't realize that you don't have to put a lot of time on your dryers to get your clothes dry.
What does the maintenance for these dryers look like?
The maintenance? Generally, we don't have too many issues. I mean, we clean every night. We clean the lint screens out. The bigger dryers, there's a key, you pull the bottom part out, you clean it out. And on the smaller ones, you pull out the lint screen. So those are cleaned out at least once a night. Sometimes on the busier days, we'll clean them out twice.
So as far as the folding tables and the carts, where did you get those from?
We got those from the distributor that we bought our washers and dryers from. These are pretty much the best carts. I mean, I've tried other carts before, but these are pretty good. As long as you keep the wheels clean, you're good. Sometimes we have to change the wheels out, but these things last forever. The new folding tables are really good compared to when I started in the business. They were kind of like a cheap plastic table that didn't look very good. We spray these down every night, keep them nice and clean.
Awesome. And then with the vending, do you outsource this?
I own these machines. Myself or my son fill these things up.
So any other amenities, Wi-Fi, anything like that?
We offer free Wi-Fi to all our customers.
Talk to me a little bit about the stack dryers and how that works.
Yeah, so the customer puts the LaundryWorks card lays it right on top here on that ledge, touch screen, push the button, and then you hit that start button and then you're ready to go. It's really simple. Everything is all right on the screen. These touchscreens came out a few years ago and they've been great. Generally, sometimes they crack, but they're all within warranty and we replace them really quick. But I was a little apprehensive about the touchscreen, worrying that they weren't going to function well, but they actually are really good. The technology keeps getting better and better.
So when did you guys upgrade to the touch screens?
Well, this laundromat was built with this is the first laundromat I built that had actually touchscreens. They just look really cool.
So what are some other technologies that have helped you been a successful operator?
The biggest, I think, is LaundryWorks system with the ability to capture data. So if you have a laundromat that, even if you have a payment system that does not allow you to capture the customer's data, you're kind of behind the times. So we're able to capture all our customers' data and we can get in touch with them and offer them specials and stay in touch with them. And I think that's the biggest thing. Camera system that we have, I can watch them, the laundromats on my phone wherever I need to. If there's a security issue, we can lock the doors with our phones. There's endless amounts of modern technology that the laundromats are catching up to. Quite frankly, the laundromat business, I think, has been behind the times with the technology up until a few years ago. But guys at LaundryWorks and Sense are really doing a great job zooming ahead.
And you had touched on it, but tell me a little bit more about the safety of the store.
We have 20 cameras located throughout the store. If there's ever any issues, I can get right on those cameras and help out my attendants. I'm always 24 hours a day on call. Generally, we don't have too many issues, and people do see that that we do have cameras. You walk in, you see that one camera right by the front door there coming down. The customers know that there's cameras in here.
Is there an attendant on shift at all times?
24 hours a day. If you want to operate a laundromat in the city, you got to have people here 24 hours helping out. I can't imagine what would happen if there were no attendants here at the middle of the night. So we always want to have somebody here.
And then what does their day-to-day look like?
The ones who work during the day are more responsible for the the wash, dry, and folds that come in, keeping the store clean, trash, floors. Overnight, it's more of like a clean up the store, lint screens, dryers, making sure the bathroom has been cleaned. And then once again, the security. We make sure that back door locks at 10 o'clock. So if you want to enter the store, you have to enter through the main entrance, starting from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
As an owner, what does your day-to-day operations look like?
My day-to-day is just running from store to store and making sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, making sure all the vending machines are working, making sure the bill breakers have enough cash in them, just making sure that everything is running smoothly. Every day brings some other challenge, but it's a great business and I really enjoy it, and there's nothing else I'd rather be doing.
So I see a Total Wireless. You have a partnership with them?
Yeah, we were approached by them a few months back asking if we could put up some advertising in our stores. It's just another revenue stream. I mean, it's not a tremendous amount of money, but any way you can generate more revenue in a space that is locked in with 5,900 square feet.
What does your time look like in this business?
I'm up early in the morning, and every day it brings a different challenge, but I'm always on call. Every call that comes in to the laundromat is actually answered by AI, which is a great system we use through Sense, but some of those calls still end up coming through. The customer can push through to an actual human, and I'm the one who answers most of those calls. I don't think it's right to have attendants, answering calls. They need to, be more engaged with the customers in the store. So I answer most of the calls, and I would say 80 to 90% of the calls that come in, AI takes care of it.
So now we're at the wash, dry, fold. Tell me about that.
We have an advantage with the wash, dry, fold because we're open 24 hours and we get our orders done quick. Been doing that for years. It's a great service. We're just getting up to speed at this location. We don't do a tremendous amount here in wash, dry, and fold, but it is one of the things that we're actively working on. We have a campaign going out to try to get our customers who have used our service before, get them to come back in if they haven't used us for a while, and then we're trying to get a bunch of new customers. At my other store, at my Hunting Park store, we do a lot of wash, dry, and fold. I mean, we are jammed over there. So generally over there, we'll have, on the busier days, we have more than one attendant on duty. At least, some days we have 3 attendants on duty because we have so much, in-store wash, dry, and fold. But it's a great part of the business, and at this store especially, I mean, if you bring your wash in, we're going to get it done quick, and you're going to get that text probably a few hours later, at the most, that your order's ready. So the customers love having that feature.
Great, and they're notified by text when their clothes are ready?
Yeah, we have Sense POS system. Sense and Laundryworks are the same company now, so it works really well together. Customers bring laundry in, we check it in, take their name and phone number. They get a text that their laundry is being processed, and then they get a text when their laundry is finished, and then they can pay online if they wish, or they can just come in and pay cash.
So what is the price point for wash, dry, fold? And then for this location, what would you say the revenue is in percentage?
The price point's $1.69 a pound, and generally in Philadelphia, we're on the higher end. We don't want to be the low price, wash, dry, and fold provider. Some of our competition charges a lot less. I'm not willing to do that. I think that, as an industry, we're drastically undercharging for a great service. So there's something that I'm not willing to do. A lot of laundromat owners will do everything they can to get it as cheap as they can and do as much as they can. I'm not willing to do that. This store is probably 95% self-service laundry and only about 5% wash, dry, and fold. We have a lot of catching up to do at this store, and we're going to do it. So it's good because the store is getting busier without a big wash, dry, and fold business. So that when we get that going, it's really going to help the revenue of the store jump up quickly.
Let's talk about some behind the scenes and operations.
Each of my stores, we employ 10 to 12 people. Generally, stores this size probably have more employees, but we like to have our employees working more hours, and quite frankly, they're asking for more hours. I think it's more about having good quality employees that really care about the store than having a large quantity of employees. So that's my philosophy. My son helps me out on a day-to-day basis. He's getting to learn the business. I love the business, and I can't see myself not doing anything else. What the future holds is I'm probably going to be, looking at more stores. But with the way the economy is and interest rates and inflation, you got to really be careful before you build one of these big stores in a big city. That you got to really do your homework, because you could make a fatal mistake if you open up a store wrong location, and financially these things are just massive compared to when I first started in the business. So that's my advice to anybody. I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people call and ask for advice and want to come in and see the stores, and people walk through the store, they ask me how I got started. I've had this same conversation like dozens and dozens of times with people, and I just enjoy talking to people about the business. And I don't know everything. Quite frankly, I actually like talking to people who know more than I do. And I went to the laundry show last month down in South Carolina, and it was great just talking to different laundromat owners from all over the country. That was awesome. I learned a lot.
So that was excellence in laundry. So tell me a little bit about what it's like to be a part of the CLA.
CLA has been great. I've been on the CLA pretty much since I opened up my first store, and we had before COVID, I would say we had a much more active Philadelphia chapter of the CLA. Past few years, it has not been as active, but I can't wait to jump back in. And it's my first time at the Excellence in Laundry show, and I'm definitely going to go back next year. It was really good. Really good. I learned a lot, and the speakers were great. The topics were great. My advice is just go, because in fact, I decided to go last minute, literally last minute, like the week before, because I was talking to a friend of mine in Chicago who was going, and he said, "Jay, you got to go." And I said, "Why do I have to go?" And he said, "Click on this link." I clicked on the link, and I looked at the speakers and all the different events, and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna go." So literally last minute, I made a reservation. I had to fly through Savannah, which was a little bit of a pain, but it was great. And I hope that locally we can improve the Philadelphia chapter a little bit and get back to where we were.
So what are some other benefits about becoming a member of the CLA?
Like I said, really the biggest for me are being able to just talk with fellow laundromat owners and distributors, people who you can bounce ideas off of. For me, that's the biggest thing. And then the going to the show every year is just the icing on the cake, because I'm going to be doing that every year now, because it really was that good, really that good.
So what is the startup cost of this business?
A lot. At a store this size, just the equipment alone is $1.5 million. Build out well over $1 million. So.
And then how did you fund the business?
Generally for the equipment, we finance the equipment through we have a good relationship with the bank. We paid for the build outs out of pocket. To borrow money for the entire operation, that would really put you behind the 8 ball financially. So as these laundromats get more and more capital intensive and more expensive.
And when you first started, do you remember how long it took to break even?
My first 2 stores that I built, actually not within a year, actually, we were already cash flow positive. This store's taking a little bit longer, mostly because of the competition that we have in this area. But we'll be just fine here in a very short period of time. They say in real estate, location, location, location. So that's really the most important part about where you put your laundromat. More than anything is the location.
Right. Well, Jay, thank you. So great to meet you. Thank you for the tour.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you're looking for the best resources, the best events, and the best networking, join the CLA today, the preeminent resource for laundry professionals. Scan the QR code on the screen and join. This has been an amazing store. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video.